Alright, y'all, buckle up because the Phoenix is hitting the road. This time we're flying straight into the heart of mystery, history, and maybe even a few ghosts. Welcome to Mounds of Mystery, the latest adventure in the West Virginia travel series, Where the Phoenix Flies. This trip has ancient burial mounds, spooky prisons, and onion rings that were basically deep-fried happiness. So whether you're here for the history or just want to watch me accidentally spook myself, you're in for a treat. So let's roll.
Hit it, Fergie. All the time I turn around, brothers gather around, always looking at me up and down, looking at my. I just wanna say it now, I ain't turning around, up, drum a little mama, I don't wanna take it. And I know I'm coming off just a little bit conceited, that I keep on repeating how the boys wanna eat it, but I'm trying to tell that I can't be treated like clientele, cause they say she delicious. When ashes fall, the legends rise, we burn it out, come by a wine. When ashes fall, the legends rise. Whoa.
The first stop on our trip was Grave Creek Mound. This enormous ancient dirt mountain in Moundsville was built over 2,000 years ago by the Adena people, and honestly, kind of a flex. The bad news, it was closed. I mean, fully closed. Gates locked, museum shut. Turns out they're not open on Sundays or Mondays, which I probably should have Googled beforehand. But look, just walking the perimeter was humbling. This 62-foot tall, nearly 240-foot wide mound, just you can feel the age, the importance, and the mystery just standing near it. And while I couldn't peek inside the museum this time, I will 100% be back, because if there's one thing I don't do, it's leave a mystery unsolved. But pro tip, admission is free. If you got a few bucks to spare, donate. It helps keep this incredible piece of indigenous history preserved.
I don't know if we can zoom in and see this or not, but there's a little bird right on top of the thing there, and that's kind of adorable, actually. Oh, he flew away. So, but the sheer size of this thing is amazing.
Am I brave enough? Am I strong enough to follow the desire that burns from within, to push away my fear?
One of the best things about traveling for me is finding local restaurants. And I found that in Grandma's Polka Café. I got a small chicken Philly, onion rings, and a sweet tea for $11.12, tossed in a $5 tip, and brought the total up to $16. Alright, so this next stop, it's where the vibe shifts hard from curious traveler to should I be smudging myself with sage right now? Welcome to the West Virginia Penitentiary. It is a towering stone fortress that looks like it belongs in a horror movie because it basically is one. Built in 1876 and shut down in 1995, it is now open for tours if you're brave enough. I went for the daytime history tour because while I enjoy a good scare, I also enjoy sleeping through the night and not being haunted by a guy named Earl from cell block D. And let me tell you, the moment you step through those iron gates, the air changes. You feel it in your chest. That mix of history, the tension, and something else heavier, like the walls remember everything. The stories we heard, brutal. Executions, riots, escape attempts, and one particular inmate who's literally a serial killer posing as a lonely hearts gentleman. Looking at you, Harry Potters. Yes, he died here, and yes, I've got a separate video coming on that mess. The guide was amazing, calm, knowledgeable, and just spooky enough to make you question your life choices. We explored solitary, walked through the mess hall, and stepped into cells where time felt frozen. and by the end, I swear the silence was doing most of the talking. The tour costs $17.05. Realizing you're not alone in a cell block, that's the kind of discomfort money can't buy.
The West Virginia Penitentiary opened in 1866. It was open for about 129 years and it shut down on March 27, 1995, because the Supreme Court said it broke the 8th Amendment for cruel and unusual punishments. The cage now holds the original electric chair, Old Sparky. Before 1950, there were 85 hangings on the property, and by 1950, the warden at the time decided it was more humane to have an electric chair. So he sent one of his inmates, called Glenn, to Moundsville Reformatory in Ohio, where he got blueprints and measurements of their electric chair, and then he came back here and built Old Sparky himself. Did not make him any friends.
Just surviving, keep climbing the mountain. Even when I feel like dying, keep climbing the mountain. Another night, I'm barely holding on. One step away from being dead and gone.
Arguably one of the most famous inmates we have had here was one of the women. 1942, a woman named Kathleen Maddox was here for 3 years because she went to Charleston, West Virginia, took a glass broken ketchup bottle, and robbed a gas station. So her sentence was here 3 years for strong armed robbery. She had a 7-year-old son at the time who had to live about 5 minutes up the road in McMecken, West Virginia with his aunt because his mother was serving 3 years in prison. Has anyone ever heard of Kathleen Maddox? The son that I mentioned was Charles Manson. 1983, he was in prison in California when he wrote a letter to the warden at this prison, Warden Donald Gordon Kircher. He was asking if he can be transferred from California to the West Virginia Penitentiary because he has family ties. He said his mother was an inmate here and he's from this area. He felt that would be enough to have a transfer. The warden at the time, Warden Donald Gordon Kircher, got that letter from Charlie Manson. He sent him a note back. I apologize for cursing in front of children. What the warden said was, "Dear Charlie, it's going to be a cold day in hell when I let you in my prison."
Every day I'm just surviving, keep climbing the mountain. Even when I feel like dying, keep climbing.
So there you have it. Ancient mounds, haunted halls, and good food in small town West Virginia. Mounds of Mystery delivered exactly what it promised. Questions, chills, and the kind of day you don't forget. If you're planning your own trip, check the hours, unlike me. Bring snacks, and leave room in your budget for unexpected magic. If you haven't already, hit that follow button and stay tuned, because Where the Phoenix Flies is far from done. Next stop, we'll just have to wait and see, but wherever the phoenix flies, there's always a story worth chasing.